Hey, this is Chris. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to Popcorn Finance, the show where we discuss finance in about the time it takes to make a bag of popcorn. Here in the U.S., it is Thanksgiving week, so I figure a lot of you probably aren't thinking about the best way to optimize your finances this week, but many of you probably will be seeing some family. And family, the relationships can get kind of weird, just depends on who the person is. And so I thought this would be a perfect week to share with you all a conversation I had with Kelvin Washington over at KFI AM640. And we talked all about relationships and money and the messiness that can sometimes pop up in that situation.
Let's talk about how to respect your partner's money boundaries. This could get interesting. You could be breaking some people up here.
Yeah, talking about money is already difficult. Like if you're just talking about your own situation, but when you enter into a romantic partnership, there's certain things you have to keep in mind. And I think oftentimes I think with anything when you do into a relationship, you have to kind of transition your thinking from thinking of I'm handling things for myself versus there's another person involved in this.
When we say money boundaries, we're talking about, I'll give you a great example. My wife now, but fiance then, we decided we were going to join accounts. I'm actually shocked. Jennifer, help me out here too. I'm shocked how many people feel like that's archaic now. They're like,
Oh, I've had so many people say that. And my husband and I, we joined accounts as well. And a bunch of our friends have been like, oh, are you kidding? You don't have your money separate from his? That's so weird.
I feel like I'm in a Leave It to Beaver episode.
Yeah, me too.
Wait. Okay, Tyler, what side are you on this?
So I guess I'm on the traditional side. My lady and I just opened up a shared account. We do have our own separate accounts that we'll use for our own frivolous
spending. And that's where it starts. We have the
shared account where we put the money for the rent and the money for the bills. So we always make sure that account has what it needs. And then we have our own little.
Now, see, back in the day, Chris, an old head once told me, he said, you always keep some she don't know money. That's what he told me. Keep a little she don't know money. In case you want to go out, you want to go grab the thing. I didn't know cats were out here having a whole bank account. I work with some people. I won't call her out. Every day she got a new pair of shoes. She got a new bag. And I'm like, wait, does your husband know? She says, well, he doesn't know about this. I mean, he knows about the account, but he doesn't know what I do with that account. As long as the bills are paid, as Tyler just mentioned. Are these boundaries healthy, Chris? I mean, or is it just, hey, to each their own?
I think it's healthy. And that's the thing. With money, there's always a different way to handle it. There's no one way to do what you want to do with your finances. I'm with Tyler. My wife and I, we have a joint account, but we also each have our own separate account, because that way you eliminate the issues of someone checking in on every single purchase you make. If you've already agreed, hey, this amount of money is going to this account for each of us, do whatever you want with it. I don't care. It just relieves some of that stress and some of that someone's looking over your shoulder type of feeling. That's how we chose to do it. And I think that's the key. You got to find what works for you. There's people who they like, our money will never touch. We're doing our own thing. You just let me know how much I owe. There's other people that put everything together. But I think the key is, especially even when we're talking about setting these boundaries, you have to have conversations about this first. And you have to understand each other's comfort level. You have to know if I'm okay letting everyone know my financial business, but then my wife is like, no, I'd rather you not do that. You have to respect that, because especially because we often share friend groups. You may think you're speaking for yourself, but people are making inferences about what both of you make or what both of you do with your money, and they may not want to have those conversations. So to keep things happy, keep things cohesive, and stay on the same page with your partner, you have to have these conversations up front, know where they're at, and kind of just say, look, I'm okay with you talking about what you make, or I'm okay with you talking about maybe what we spend on this vacation, but I don't want people to know what I make, and you have to just respect that answer from them.
You know what I'm interested in, Barry White? Chris. It is also, because you don't have to put yourself on blast unless you want to. And Tyler, you're in on this too. All of you separate account people, and I don't know if I'm slightly jealous, and so I'm going to just vent on you. But what are you buying that you feel like, hey, I need to do this, have this separate account? Blink twice. I can't see you right now, Chris. Blink twice, Tyler, if you don't want to go there. Let me know. But that's what I mean. Like, what are you? And I get it, though, because you're like, hey, I want to buy this, maybe a suit for me. I do TV news here, and I need to, and it might be, a little bit more than she doesn't need to know kind of thing. Is that what it is? I mean, what are you buying? Video game consoles? Talk to me.
So, yeah. Okay. So I'm 30 years old, not to age myself or do anything along those lines, but I still play video games. So, like, if a new game drops, I know the new Call of Duty's coming out soon. I know the new Battlefield's coming out soon. I also like shoes, so I might treat myself to some Jordans. You never know. Like, if something comes up and I'm like, wow, I would really like that. I would like to not have to consult with somebody to make that purchase. If I can afford it, You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no, I got you. By the way, we'll talk Jordans in a little bit. We'll have a Jordan talk
Okay,
when we
sure.
get off air. Chris, what are you buying, man?
I'm not buying anything crazy. Like, it may be, I'm into tech. I may buy a new, monitor or something for my computer. Or like Tyler said, may pick up a game or something like that. Because I'm 34. We're pretty close in age. But I think the key is, you think like your bank account is used to handle your financial life. Your bills are coming out of there. Maybe things going to retirement and the saving. And so if you're not communicating, and say you want to buy something right now, like, hey, tomorrow I got these, like you said, these Jordans of mine, I may want to pick them up. You're going to have to discuss that in advance to make sure that payment coming out of your bank account isn't going to interrupt payment for your mortgage or for the next grocery trip. And so by separating it out, saying, here, just a little bit of money for each of us, you can go ahead and spend without even having to have that conversation up front to coordinate and make sure you don't overdraw your account or make a bill not go to where it needs to go.
Well, hey, he is Chris Browning, host of the Popcorn Finance Podcast. I want to see if he has, another 10, 20, 30 years in marriage lasting out here. Or maybe we're just doing it wrong, Jennifer.
I don't know. I think we are.
Maybe we're just doing it wrong.
So I hope you all enjoy this conversation. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you celebrating the holiday here in the U.S. As always, I appreciate you joining me here for another bag of popcorn. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Your boy keep it poppin' like Mary Poppins.